Hello again, YouTube. Today we're looking at something a little different. Not all of you have seen. It is the Battlestation II Multi-System joystick. The player's choice. This thing is compatible with numerous systems, as you can see here on the box. Super Nintendo and Super Famicom, NES, Sega Mega Drive and Genesis, Master System, Commodore 64, Amiga computers, and Atari computers. Though not listed, it also works with the Atari 2600. It may work with the Atari 7800, but I don't know. I do not have one. Now, here's a list of some of the features. Includes all the connection cables. You may have noticed that there are shipping labels on here because the person I bought this from on eBay decided just to slap the labels on the box. Doesn't really bother me because I bought this to use not as a display piece, but for others out there, if you're looking to pick one of these up and see it on eBay in the box and you want it as a display piece, you may want to mention to the seller that you want the box wrapped. Get another look at another side here. Look at those happy people playing. Now we'll take a look at the joystick itself. As you can see, it's got the Street Fighter II style button layout. But you may have also noticed these are not the joysticks that were in the picture. That's because this thing was made in Australia, and this is the style of joystick apparently they use in a lot of their arcade machines. I just didn't like the feel. Nothing wrong with it. Some of you may actually prefer it. I just like the Hap style better because that's what I'm used to. So I swapped these out. Pretty simple. I found that somebody else had done it and I said, you know what? I'm going to swap mine out too. But get a closer look at the layout, button layout here. And it's labeled for each system you're going to use it on. It's got turbo, but it only works on this button here. And it's got turbo on both sides, same thing. And there's your start and select. Let's flip this bad boy around, take a look at the back end. Here you can see your hookups for NES or Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, Master System, Commodore Amiga, a switch if you're going to use Commodore Amiga. You leave it the other way if you're leaving it on the Master System. Then your control pin out. Now, according to the owner's manual, there's a cable you could have used to hook this thing up to numerous arcade machines. I have not seen that anywhere. Maybe it was something exclusive in Australia. Don't know. Anybody got any more information on that? Please leave me a comment. Also included were these connectors. Got two of each of these. You got your DB9s, both sides. One end's got the screws so you can keep it nice and tight in there. And then you got two that have the 9-pin and the NES connector. And then you have two with the 9-pin and the SNES connection. I've heard complaints saying, oh well, the NES and Super NES cables are rather short. Well, easy fix there. You just plug in your 9-pin cable that's got 9-pin on both sides, and then you plug in your NES or NES cable to the other side. Simple. But there are some drawbacks to this thing. First, size. Not everybody's got enough room for that. It's about 20 inches wide. So, it's kind of big. But at the same time, it could be a little bigger. If you got two people playing, it can get a little cramped. Also, another drawback, one set of start and select buttons. So if you're playing a two-player game, you press start, it's going to start both of you. Or you have it hooked up to both and you're going to play by yourself. Other than that, it's really solid. Metal casing here, all quality sounding buttons. I'm actually really enjoying this thing. One thing I also found, can use this on the Atari 5200 if you've got a Master Play interface, which I do. So adds a little more playability, makes it easier to justify picking one of these up. Prices on these do vary, which can be a drawback. I picked this one up for $50 shipped on eBay. Person had a bunch of them. I picked one up. I've seen other sellers selling these for $200. That much I probably wouldn't have bought it, but it may be worth it to you. I'm kind of a budget gamer. I try to play and shop on the cheap. Any other questions, comments? Leave them below. Thank you.